If we Republicans choose Donald Trump as our nominee, the prospects for a safe and prosperous future are greatly diminished. But you say, wait. Isn't he a huge business success? Doesn't he know what he's talking about? No, he isn't. And no, he doesn't. His imagination must not be married to real power. Frankly, the only serious policy proposals that deal with the broad range of national challenges we confront today come from Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio, and John Kasich. One of these men should be our nominee.
You can see how loyal he is. He was begging for my endorsement. I could have said, Mitt, drop to your knees. He would have dropped to his knees.
Well, that, of course, was 2012 Republican presidential nominee Mitt Romney and Donald Trump back and forth press conferences this past week. Basically, Romney slamming Donald Trump, telling the country to stop him from becoming this year's Republican nominee. Joining me to talk about the race and the state of the party, Mike Dennehy, good to see you. What is going on here?
Well, you know, quite frankly, I think the Republican Party is on the verge of a civil war. To have the Republican nominee for president in 2012 to come out so strongly against the leading contender for the Republican nomination in 2016 is unheard of. We haven't seen it before.
And I might add the 2008 John McCain, nominee. He backed up Romney too. So I mean, this is uncharted waters. It's very
uncharted waters. It's exactly right, Josh. And I think something has to break here, or the party will break to a point where it might not come back together for several years. That's what I'm afraid of happening. I'm not going to defend Donald Trump or Mitt Romney. I do think, Mitt Romney looks a little hypocritical. He stood on stage with him 4 years ago and he said Donald Trump is a better businessman than I am.
But this was, I just want to point that out, this was before, and Romney tweeted it, this was before the KKK stuff,
Sure.
The John McCain, the Mexicans, Muslims. And at one point, your job as a strategist, but when you hear Mitt Romney speak and you hear everybody else coming out, is it possible they're going beyond strategy and saying, hey, wait a second, we believe what we're saying here, this guy scares us as a potential president?
Absolutely. I'm sure there's some truth in that. However, again, here's what the problem is. The Republican leaders in Washington set this process in place, and now it's their job to see it through. So the problem with Mitt Romney's issue yesterday, or his address, is that he hinted to a brokered convention.
Right.
And that's where the problem lies. You're going to potentially throw this into a brokered convention, which changes the rules midstream, and it potentially fractures the party for decades. Because the powerful and passionate voice that Donald Trump has right now among his voters is something that we need in the Republican Party. So it's a fine line that everyone's starting to walk, and they're coming down on the line of a civil war.
Powerful and passionate is one thing, but I mean, we're talking about a candidate you can't let your kids watch. I mean, the last debate, he's talking about, the size of, body parts. Come on.
I agree. That's my biggest problem with Donald Trump, because I think of my kids, and I want my kids to look at the president. And they look up to the president too as a role model. I just every day I wish that Donald Trump would start containing himself when it comes to these kinds of remarks, and that's what I think the country needs to look at. But the fact of the matter is, we have to get through March 15th. And see where things lie before we look seriously at a brokered convention. I think these hints should stop until March.
And just quickly, brokered convention, for those who don't understand, it's a process in which someone wins the popular vote, but the delegates break off and decide to...
Where one candidate doesn't have the 1,237 delegates needed to be the nominee. So that would mean Trump has about 1,100. Rubio...
Because somebody didn't give them to him. Inside baseball kind of stuff.
All inside baseball. Right. And something that's never been done either, and very difficult to do, because you have to start a state-by-state operation and try and peel delegates away. I just want
to throw this out there. We only have a couple of minutes to go. The conventional wisdom for Republicans who are running for office, be it Kelly Ayotte or in any state, thinking that Donald Trump at the top of this ticket is going to be a liability. Are you still convinced of that? Because it seems like every time somebody whacks him, he gets even more popular.
The last thing we can do is predict what's going to happen with Donald Trump. Right. No one predicted he'd be where he is today. I used to think that we would be in trouble with Donald Trump as the Republican nominee. I don't believe that anymore. The appeal he has with independents and even Democrats who want change in Washington is very powerful. Look what's happening with Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton. Bernie Sanders has a very strong vote coming from every state. Yes, some of the southern states have been weaker for him, but he represents change on the Democratic side. Trump represents change on the Republican side. Together, that change people want it. So, so that's why I think Trump could still win as the Republican nominee.
Yeah, but on the Democratic side, one support will go to the other. Right now, obviously, Hillary Clinton's still the favorite. Best case scenario for the GOP, though, moving forward, you say wait till March 15th, but best case scenario, we have about 30 seconds.
Yeah, best case scenario is
for the party to come together.
For the party to come together, best case scenario is that there is a clear leader on March 16th. If there is not, and Rubio wins Florida, Kasich wins Ohio, delegates are split on March 15th, then we're headed toward a very dangerous path.
Certainly an interesting one, to say the least, but perhaps not very good for those that believe in the Republican principles. There's a lot of those principles these days, aren't there?
There certainly are.
Mike Denny, good talking to you as always.
Always a pleasure.
And that's going to wrap up this edition of Close Up New Hampshire. Thanks very much for watching. Of course, we're back here next week. Until then, go Bruins, go Celtics. Have a great Sunday.